around yung mga kababayan po natin na hindi mukmin. Ang Muslim po kasi meron po siyang 5 times a day na prayer. At napakahalaga po ng prayer na yun. Dahil meron po yung ritual. May ritual. Hindi po yun na obligatory po ito na isagawa mo kahit nasang ka man. Basta wag naman sa gitna ng kalsada. Yung nga po, minsan kami umaabot sa punto, minsan sa highway, makikita nyo po may mga Muslim na humihinto, nagdadasal po yan sa tabi ng highway. Isa na po ako dun. Minsan, kung saang lugar man, naabutan ka, minsan, pupunta ka ng kasama mo yung pamilya mo sa shopping mall, aabutan ka ng oras ng dasal, pupunta ka sa isang tabi, magdadasal ka. Ganon din po sa mga lugar na opisina. Meron pong mga katulad ng mga puso po ng Senado na nagbibigay po sila ng lugar. Dito po sa Senado, meron po ditong dasalan. Nagbigay po ang Senado ng lugar. Pero ito po kasi hindi ito opisyal. Ang nangyayari po kung sino yung namumuno doon sa opisina, at kung siya po ay matatawag nating ecumenical, naniniwala po siya na ang lahat ng pananampalataya ay may patutunguhan, nagbibigay po sila ng lugar para sa mga Muslim na makapagdasal. Ngayon, ito pong panukala na ito ay kumbaga inilalapit po namin sa mga hindi Muslim na bigyan po ng konting window. Bintana lang. Hindi naman po namin hinihingi ng malaking pintuan at papasukin lahat ng hinihingi namin ibigay. Dahil siyempre, dapat po dito sa ating bansa, pantay-pantay ang ating pagkilala sa bawat reliyon, sa bawat pananampalataya. Dapat pantay-pantay. At yan din po ay nasa konstitusyon din. Pinapayagan ang lahat ay may kanya-kanyang pananampalataya. Pero dahil tayo po ay isang kilala bilang isang Catholic country, a country that believes in God, konserbatibong lahi, ito po ay napakagandang umpisa para mapakita po natin, hindi lamang po dito sa ating bayan, kundi sa mga kakapitbahay po natin na mga Muslim countries. Tayo tandaan po natin, sa ASEAN ay marami pong Muslim countries na kapitbahay natin. Na isa po itong paraan ng sabi nga nila yung soft, may mga soft negotiation na tinatawag na alam niyo po, yun po yung nagbibigay tayo sa kultura. Pinakikita natin doon sa mga Muslim countries na dito sa bayan natin kahit tayo ay Catholic nation, pinakikita natin ang paggalang, ang pagbibigay po natin ng kalayaan sa mga Muslim na masagawa po nila yung kanilang pagdarasal. Dahil ito pong pagdarasal ng 5 beses sa isang araw, ito po ay larawan ng isang tunay na Muslim. Ang sabi nga po sa hadith, ang hadith po, yun po yung libro ng mga Muslim na ito po yung mga tradisyon at katuruan ng Propeta Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ang sabi niya doon, ang kaibahan ng Muslim ay yung nagdarasal ng 5 beses sa isang araw. So napakahalaga po nun. Yun ang salamin. Pero siyempre, dahil hindi nga po ito yung Muslim country at ito po ay Catholic country, napakaganda po na mabigyan po kami ng bintana na maisagawa po namin itong prayer na ito. At ito po ay magiging daan pa para magkaroon po tayo, para po itong 2 birds in 1 stone. Pag nakita ng mga bansa, ng mga Muslim, na ang atin pong bansa ay very friendly sa mga Muslim, tourism po yan. At napakayaman po ng ating kasaysayan sa usapin ng Islamikong kasaysayan. Iyan po ay hanggang Brunei po yan, Malaysia, Indonesia, lahat po yan, pataas po yan, papuntang ASEAN, hanggang papunta po yan ng Madagascar, hanggang mapunta yan ng Middle East. Napakahalaga po na meron tayo dito sa ating bansa na ganitong klaseng pag pumupunta yung ating mga una sa opisina, sa opisina ng mga gobyerno natin, pag nabalitaan yan ng mga opisyal din ng mga Muslim, dito pala sa Pilipinas. Kasi yan po yung mission dati ni Senator Mig Subiri nung siya po ang Senate President, na binigyan kami ng lugar diyan sa bagong tatayong Senate building. Naglagay po sila ng mosque kasi yun din po yung purpose. Pagka may dumadating ng mga delegado na ibang bansa, makikita nila na ang Pilipinas talagang bukas sa anumang relihiyon ng kanyang pag-iintindi sa kalayaan ng iba, sa pananampalataya niya, ay napakahalaga. Ang gusto po natin maging national yun. Sana po sa pagdinig nito, magkaroon po tayo ng iba't ibang mungkahi at yun po ang maging daan para makita po natin. Kasi pag tiningnan natin na hindi, pananampalataya lang yan. Opo, maraming salamat po kung titingnan po natin dun sa pananampalataya. Pero kaakibat po ng pananampalataya ay turismo. Tandaan po natin, napakayaman ng kasaysayan ng Islamiko dito sa Pilipinas at napakarami pong nais pag-aralan yan at makita ang mga lugar na yan at maranasan po nila ang pamumuhay ng mga Muslim dito sa Pilipinas. Pasensya na po, napahaba. Kasi dati po ako kasi dawa po, yan po yung preaching sa Islam. Ako po ay nai-ignite kapag pinag-uusapan yung Islam. Bago po ang lahat, nais ko muna pong kilalanin ng atin pong mga bisita bago po sila makatulog sa haba ng aking panimulang salita. Binibining Bernardine Mahinay, pakilala po ang ating mga bisita.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. From the government agencies, we have from the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos, Attorney Rolando T. Abo, Director of the Bureau of Legal Affairs. From the Department of Foreign Affairs, we have Director Angela Gilberto Alfafara of the Human Resource Management Office. From the DILG, we have Attorney Ross Rafael Bascuña. From the Department of National Defense, we have Attorney Angelito Castillo. From the Civil Service Commission, we have Attorney Christian Don Molina, Director, Office for Legal Affairs. From the Department of Education, we have Attorney Suzette Medina, Director of the Bureau of Learner Support Services, and with her is Director Ella Cecilia Nalipongit, Director for Administrative Service. From the Muslim groups, we have Ms. Baybon Sangid, former chair, Young Moro Professionals Network. We also have Colonel Jamil Haimalin, retired chief of the Bangsamoro Affairs Office. We have Brother Ali Reza Kunting, lead convener of the Muslim Organizational Meeting, or MIOM, Thinking Ummah. We have Ms. Yasen Ala, UP alumni. We have Mr. Hailoden Salainto, President of the UP Muslim Students Association. Mr. Chair, we also have Dean Jul Kipli M. Wadi of the UP Institute of Islamic Studies. Kasama rin po natin si Ka Rashid Indasan and kasama po ni Colonel Haimalin sina Anwar Umpa, Aiza Mustafa, Muhammad Baganday, Sangakala Pangiran, Muhammad Manalinding, Ustad Makarimbon, Ustad Rashid Indazan, Alim Abedin, Ustad Sulaiman Tanog. Sir, inibita din po natin ng DOH and CHED, but magpapadala na lang din po sila ng comments nila. And pati po ang DOLE, magpapadala na lang din po sila ng comments nila. But the staff are here to take notes and observe. That's all, Mr. Chair. And of course, Ms. Samira Gotok from OS Padilla.
Okay. Maraming salamat po sa atin pong napakagaling na Committee Secretary Binibining Bernardine Mahinay.
Sir, sorry, kakasabi niyo naman galing, may nakalimutan. Ito po, last, kasi po, galing po sila sa malayong lugar. We have Datu Samsoden Manalocon, overall President of the Bulacan Muslim Affairs Association. Kasama rin niyo po si Anwar Sadat Bayabaw, President ng Kalumpit Muslim Traders and Association. Aksani Makalawi, Salam Police Advocacy Group, and si Mr. Parker Basar, overall president ng Zambales Muslim Federation. And kasama rin po natin, sir, ang TIEZA to also take notes, and they will submit their comment paper. Po. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po. Ito pong talakayan na ito, siyempre, unahin muna po natin. Maintindihan naman po ako ng ating mga kapatid na Muslim pag mag-uumpisa ako sa kanan. Ano po? Uunahin po muna natin, siyempre, ang mungkahi po ni Miss Samira Gotok, dahil sa matagal pong panahon ay siya po yung aming tinitingala. Nung ako po ay bagong Muslim pa lamang, ako po ay tumungo ng Marawi City para pakinggan po siya dahil siya po ang nakikipaglaban noon sa mga constitutional rights ng mga Muslim. Pakinggan po natin, Miss Samira Gotok.
Honorable Chairperson, Senator Robin Hood Abdul Aziz Padilla, in the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi barakatuhu, to fellow members of the government, institutions, and fellow community leaders. I was just going to input, Sir Chair, that we only have a few 2 weeks of our session days to fulfill our mandates in this period for this Congress. And I would want that all our leaders here would be heard, as well as government agencies. Meron po maraming bills that the Senator has shepherded. Yesterday po, he pushed for Islamic burial and so many of the bills that affect us, cemeteries even. So kailangan po ng public support ninyo, community leaders. Your position papers in written would be very much welcome to the committee, and even sana mag-SOCMED TikTok po kayo para po marinig po ng House of Congress. Kung wala po kaming mga counterpart bills, malaking bagay po that the leaders can push our House of Congress to support our senators' bills. Number 2, I know that you represent the Bangsamoro outside Bangsamoro. Napakarami ninyo. Out of 10 million of us Muslims, tayo po ay 7 million. So napakalaking bagay po that you are representing the voices. And so any policies outside of our topic today on prayer areas, napakalaking bagay po that please send to Ma'am Bernadine your position papers, again, in written. Number 3, this prayer rooms is not just a spiritual or a faith-based policy. As guaranteed by the Constitution. I look at it also as a social service base because the Muslims are not numbered. The PSA, Philippine Statistics Authority, has a problem in documenting all of us, including Balik Islams. Tinatanong ako ilan ang Balik Islams. 2015 ang nakuha ko kay former Commissioner Malayang, Sir Director Abu, 300,000 lang. But I know that you've already gone 500,000 plus, I'm sure, over 10 years. So kulang po yung data natin on Muslims. And the prayer rooms would actually gauge how many of us are really existing in the Republic of the Philippines. 4th issue, mental health. Tayo po ay post-COVID, ang dami pong namatay na kababayang Pilipino. With Islamic as a framework of support, mental health, that is a policy now of national government through a MH policy to be proposed. I think it's already a bill. It can address itong prayer areas and also monitor us again. So with this, I thank the good senator for this committee. Again, we are hoping that all of you can stick to the time allowed so that all of us can speak, and we are very grateful. Pre-Ramadan po ito. 1 month is Ramadan. Napaka-significant po that the chairperson is fighting for all the legislations affecting women in hijab, affecting prayer areas, establishing cemeteries all over the country where there are Muslim Filipinos. Ito po ay legacy ninyo at ni Senator Robin. Alaikum assalam.
Maraming salamat po. Ngayon, naintindihan nyo na po, ba't siya yung teacher namin sa constitutional rights? Opo. Pakinggan naman po natin si Attorney Rolando T. Abo, opo, ng NCMF.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Mr. Chairman, the NCMF would like to express its full support to the bill, especially to the Committee on Cultural Communities and Muslim Affairs for conceptualizing this bill. And hopefully, if this bill becomes a law, it will be very helpful and beneficial to Muslim Filipino communities. And not only that, especially that in the U.S., I have read in the Google that the fast-growing religion is Islam. So we have many Muslim tourist visitors that can avail of the praying in the mall or wherever establishment they want to go. And this is really, we express our full support that this bill be passed into law, Sir Chairman. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po. Napakaganda po ng nabanggit po ninyo. The fastest growing religion, pati po sa UK, po, sa United Kingdom. Po. Yun po ang mga magagandang ano. At alam niyo po, ako po'y matagal na tumira sa Australia. Almost 12 years po ako na nakatira doon. Doon po sa ex-wife ko, no. Sa Australia po, yung kanila, hindi lang po public offices, ano, pati mga public na, halimbawa, sa airport po nila, sa mga train station, halimbawa, yun po yung masasabi, mall, mall. Pati po sa mga, yung laruan ng mga bata, ang theme park, may mga praying room po, ano, ganun po ang Europe, ano, ganun, expose ang, mga tinatawag po nating first world country na meron po silang prayer room. Yung nga lang, hindi lang exclusive po sa mga Muslim. Opo, yung katulad po sa mga lugar na yan na nabanggit ko, meron pong pang-Muslim, meron din na pwede din ibang denomination na ano. Kaya napakaganda po, no? Napakaganda po ng inyong mungkahi. The fastest growing religion. Salamat po. Attorney Christian, ang ganda naman ng pangalan ni Sir. Attorney Christian Don G. Molina. Sir, Office ng Legal Affairs ng Civil Service Commission. Sir, pwede po ba yun na magkaroon po?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Chair, Senator Robin Hood C. Padilla, the Secretariat, fellow resource speakers, and guests in today's hearing. Mr. Chair, yes, the CSC lauds the noble intent of the proposed measure as it seeks to reflect the state's commitment to promoting inclusivity and upholding the free exercise of religion, emphasizing the importance of accommodating the spiritual needs of Muslim public servants as well as visitors, as stated in the proposed bill, Mr. Chair. In this regard, the CSC finds nothing objectionable in relation to the civil service laws, rules, and regulations, and it expresses its full support for the approval of the said bill. However, Mr. Chair, as you have mentioned in your example a while ago, the Commission recommends for the consideration of the Senate that the prayer room to be established should be considered as a prayer room available for use by any public servant who wishes to pray regardless of religion. The recommendation is more inclusive and in line with the value of spirituality under the Public Service Values Program by the CSC, which aims to promote core values of patriotism, integrity, excellence, and spirituality among civil servants and help them demonstrate those values in their work. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Maraming salamat po, Attorney Christian. Alam niyo po, may sa istorya po ng mga Muslim. Mabanggit ko lang po kasi yung pangalan po ninyo, napakaganda po, Christian. May time po sa kasaysayan ng mga Muslim na sila po ay pinapatay, talagang hinahunting ng mga pagano. Sa Saudi po ito, no? Ang sabi po ng propeta sa kanila, pumunta sila sa isang Christian king. At yun ang mag-aalaga at magpuprotekta sa kanila. Nabanggit ko lang po kasi napakaganda po ng inyong pangalan at napakaganda ng story at yung po yung minungkahi po ninyo, napakaganda. Maraming salamat po, Attorney Christian. Opo. Director Angela Gilberto Alfafara. Ang ganda naman po ng inyo pong pangalan at apelyido. Human Resource Management Office, Department of Foreign Affairs. Naku ma'am, napakaganda po ng alam kong mungkahi po ninyo.
Good morning, Senator Padilla. Good morning po to distinguished attendees. The Department of Foreign Affairs po, in recognition of the importance of the spiritual needs of its employees, provides dedicated prayer rooms. Sa office po namin, separate po yung prayer rooms, male and female, and each room has been specifically designed for its purpose and equipped with essential facilities po, like a washing area for the purification, a secure area for storing prayer mats, and really to provide a peaceful environment conducive to prayer and reflection. So these dedicated spaces demonstrate the department's commitment, and in turn, the Department of Foreign Affairs welcomes this bill, this initiative, and will submit its position paper in due course. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po. Bagay na bagay ka, ma'am, dyan sa DFA. Ang ganda ng diction, ang ganda ng pronunciation. I love it, ma'am. Apo. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Alpha Farah, ano pong, saan po ito nag-originate? From, is it foreign, ano po ba ito? Foreign.
My family po is from Cebu City.
So, Spanish po ito, no? Something like that, no?
Nung minununo po daw ako na Portuguese, pero hindi po halata sa mukha ko.
Ni ma'am, kitang-kita ko ang pagiging Portuguese sa iyo. Ang Portuguese, di naman sila maputi. Ano sila eh, parang mulata na, like you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Attorney Ros Rafael T. Bascuña. Opo. Department of DILG, sir. Opo.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, and to everyone present here. The Department of the Interior and Local Government expresses its full support for the passage of Senate Bill number 2288, which mandates the establishment of Muslim prayer rooms in all public offices and establishments. The passage of this bill is an important step toward fostering inclusivity, respect, and religious freedom in the workplace and in public spaces across the country. It recognizes the diverse needs of our citizens, particularly the Muslim population, and seeks to provide them with the necessary facilities to practice their faith in accordance with Islamic teachings. By mandating the provision of designated prayer spaces, the bill acknowledges the significance of religious observance in the daily lives of many Filipinos, while also promoting a culture of respect and understanding within government institutions and public establishments. The bill is not only a reflection of the state's commitment to the constitutional principle of religious freedom, but also a proactive measure to accommodate the spiritual and cultural practices of our Muslim citizens, allowing them to carry out their duties and responsibilities without compromising their faith. But and Mr. Chair, if I may add, for purposes of enhancing the bill, we suggest that we include a definition of what constitutes a public space, a public office and establishment, because if the bill is enacted into law, there might be a confusion as to the meaning of public space, public office and establishment, as it might be interpreted to be limited only to those places operated by government agencies. And as mentioned by the good chairperson a while ago, I think the intention is also to include places such as malls and airports. So in that regard, Mr. Chair, we propose the inclusion of a definition. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Tama, maraming salamat po, Atty. Ros. Napakaganda po ng inyong mungkahi at sisiguraduhin po natin pagka ginawa po natin yung TWG, sir, nandyan po kayo at kayo po ang magiging guide namin at kung ano man po yung mungkahi po ninyo, ilalagay po natin yan sa bill. Apo. Atty. Suzette Medina ng DepEd. Kakampi natin yung sekretary nyo, ma'am.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, my fellow attendees. I'm Attorney Suzette Medina from the Bureau of Learner Support Services, representing the rights of our Muslim learners. And my colleague here will also ask about the definition of the public office and establishments. The Department of Education has consistently recognized our personnel's and learners' constitutional rights to exercise their religion freely. This is readily apparent with the policies issued by the Department of Education, which recognizes the vital role of religion in citizen formation, particularly the molding of our youth. The United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child directs its states parties to recognize every child's right to religion and the freedom to manifest one's religion and beliefs. Consistent thereto, the DepEd issued DepEd Order Number 32, Series of 2013, which is strengthening the protection of the religious rights of students, guaranteeing the rights of our learners to freedom of religion and non-discrimination. Additionally, DepEd issued its policy guidelines on madrasa education. As of today, we have our Arabic language and Islamic values education, or ALIVE, which is a program implemented in public schools which aims to provide additional subjects on Arabic language and Islamic values in the regular basic education curriculum. This is also, we have also our support to private madaris. It is a subsidy program given to private madaris, formerly traditional madrasa, which opted to offer the DepEd mandated curriculum to assist them to improve their operational capabilities in implementing the DepEd mandated K-12 program. Specifically, the subsidy shall be allocated for the salary of K-12 teachers, 80%, and the improvement of classroom facilities. As to our personnel, the DepEd has consistently encourages personnel in all school governance levels to observe the holy month of Ramadan through the issuance of a policy encouraging our teaching and non-teaching personnel, as well as our learners, to use alternative delivery modes in accordance with related issuances of the Civil Service Commission and DepEd issuances on flexible working hours. At present, there are schools offering formal education which have assigned prayer rooms for our Muslim learners. This is through the initiative of the school head and the Parent and Teacher Association. Mr. Chair, we will be submitting our consolidated position paper. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po. Napakaganda po ng maikwento ko lang po sa inyo, ang DepEd po talaga ang kapartner ng opisina namin dito sa Senado. Katunayan, ang DepEd po ay tabanggit po nila yung madrasa. Gusto ko lamang pong i-share sa aking mga kapatid na Muslim, 100% po ang suporta ng DepEd sa madrasa. Katunayan, pati po yung mga allowances ng ating mga madrasa teacher, inasikaso po kagad ng kanilang sekretaryo at ng DepEd. At ngayon po, additional classroom pa po ang ibibigay sa amin ng DepEd. Kaya mga kapatid kong mga Muslim, wag po nating kalimutan ang ganitong klaseng pagpapahalaga sa atin ng ahensya ng gobyerno. Muli po, maraming salamat po sa DepEd. Ma'am Director Ella Cecilia Naliponggit.
Yes.
Opo, ma'am.
From Mindanao, Cagayan de Oro.
Cagayan de Oro. Wow, wow.